ship, 22-foot champion. Thank you very much. Champion Rocks, best rough water boat ever created. Rocked his High Country GMC truck. Awesome truck. I'm a work man though. I get a little uncomfortable in them kind of trucks. I used to have a King Ranch at one point. I never did feel comfortable in that sucker. Just want to go over tonight's board performance by your kid Magic Man here. Thank some new sponsors. Kind of go over what happened tonight. We pulled boat 53. Not near as good a number. Didn't get off to a good start. Tried to, rejuvenate the Pantera Cowboys from Hell out of the gate. Didn't really feel Dimebag's presence at all tonight. That kind of got us off to a rough spot. Got lucky, kind of went down the lake a little bit. A little bit rough taking off. Just blazed by some poor suckers in a old Skeeter, a 19-footer. Boy, it didn't look fun. They must have lost a couple of teeth tonight for sure. Got it started, got in our first spot. Nobody was there, even though we had a real late boat. Got in on it. Started throwing. I threw first. I threw a minnow scrub in bluegill pattern with of course, a wobble head. Do that for quite a few casts. Didn't really have anything. Switched around, threw a shaky head in there with the Reaction Innovation Flirt in the cross swirl with red color pattern. 3/8 ounce DMC swinging rugby jig right here. Been having a lot of success with this little jig head. Most of my buddies say they don't like it. They don't hook up very much. They'd rather run that old shaky head. I kind of find the opposite of that. Seems to work pretty good for me anyway. I don't know, whatever. Who knows? Tried a new little. Found these in the clearance section of Cabela's right here. It's called a bed jig. Cabela's bed jig in 3/16 ounce. It's a 6-pack for $2.79 or something cheap. Right up my alley. And then also, I don't think I threw any tonight, but I bought another swinging head, a little more high dollar out of my range. Old redneck. This is a Echo Pro tungsten free ball jig. Looks good, but didn't pan out for me tonight. We only caught 2 keepers tonight. My partner lost a smallmouth at the boat, very similar to last week. He put a good hook set on him, but smallmouth was running right at the boat, so he thought it was a little bitty fish. I went to grab the net. I'm not sure what happened. It came off for whatever reason. Had the wind blowing in right on that spot, boy. It looked good. I thought we were gonna jack them up again, man. Just didn't work out. Moved around to our other spot on the ramp. Got him on it. First time he'd ever fished that spot. Gave me old typical, boy, it feels good down there. Boy, it could happen at any second, but it just kind of never did. Do a little old product placement here real quick. Everything we had rocking tonight. Some old $4.74 Yum polarized glasses right here. Thing I like about these is if you run over them, drop them in the lake, scratch a lens, you only have $4.78. You know what I'm saying? For the amount that Mr. Costa charges, you can get several pair of these, and I think they work pretty damn good too. They might fog up a little bit, but if you buy 3 or 4 pair, you can just keep switching them out. You know what I'm saying? And you can outrun that fogging. Got the old Walgreens Chap Aid lip balm right here. That's gotta have that. windy days. Old Harbor Freight dollar headlamp, brighter than snot, man. I'm telling you, it's got three different positions. You got off, you got constant, and then you got flashing. I mean, that's pretty high dollar for a dollar. Went with the backwoods wild and mild cigars 5 pack tonight. All natural. Worked for me last week. Didn't work for me tonight. Had the old Kirkland purified water. You guys know me, old Magic Man here. I prefer the natural spring water. I don't buy the purified water. That sounds a whole lot like tap water that somebody's running through a filter and charging me a whole lot of money for. So I stay away from the purified water or the drinking water. I always go with spring water or natural spring water, or something to that effect. They could all be lying to us. Who knows? Who really knows? And then of course, Pearl Light in a can right here, 68 calories in a can. Perfect for a hot summer day. Quenches your thirst. Also went back and threw the old purple firetail tonight on the Carolina rig. East Texas style Carolina rig. We'll have to go into that at some point. Got them right here. Little double pack right there. 7-inch purple blue fleck firetail right there. That's old Grandpa's special right there. Works good on a Texas rig. Never shaky headed it. Texas rig, Carolina rig. That's about it right there. That's your stock go-to right there. Also threw the old Minute Scrub again in the bluegill pattern. Had a little something different. I tried tonight. Got a bite on it, but didn't hook up on that old Cabela's bed jig. It has a long shank on there. Nice sharp sticky hook. I went with this Z-Man plastic here. It's got kind of a fork tail. What do they call it? This little thing here. You can't, boy, I tell you what, these suckers. Hula sticks in the blue crawl color. Did the old Ned rig essentially is what I did, but didn't use the mushroom head. It was a different type of mushroom head. That's that old bed jig right there. Now, I'm guessing that bed jig got its name because that's an open hook, and it's probably pretty easy to hook them fish off of beds on that. Other things I threw tonight: Zoom Super Fluke Cotton Candy. Cotton candy was the color. Didn't see the spike it at all, or the dip and dye tonight. That might have been the huge difference. You know what I'm saying? Probably made a big mistake there. Also threw that old swinging rugby jig head on black trick worm, just straight black trick worm. That's an old school deal there too. After dark, threw my new Evergreen shower blow top water. Great top water. Didn't get any hookups on it, but god dog, I could throw it all day long and look at it in the water. It looks like at any second something's gonna happen, and it's gonna be an explosion, if you know what I'm saying. Don't think that one catches little bitty ones. I don't know. Just god dog, it looks so good in the water. Didn't hook up with any top water tonight. Saw quite a few boats tonight. Saw your fourth place team, Phil and Thomas, and were around the fifth place team pretty much the whole night. They actually left the spot, and Phil and Thomas rolled right on in there and jacked up 3 keepers within 10 minutes. I'm talking about right behind them. So apparently the purple swirl split shot that this other competitor likes to throw wasn't a deal tonight on that particular spot. But knowing Thomas, the old shaky head, probably was the deal. We were fishing the opposite side of that walkway right there. Side they're on was deeper side, so that probably had something to do with it. But the wind was just right, blowing out of that southeast. I thought we were fixing to jack them up again, man. Cards I thought fell right. We rolled in there, wasn't nobody in there. It just seemed like everything was right on it, but it just didn't work out. Uh, Shaking my head, I kind of feel like old Matt, last week, man. You know, I didn't show too many people my podcast, so there's only a handful of people know exactly what we were doing, where we were at. We didn't have any company tonight. I can't blame it on that. I mean, we had some people in the area, but nobody really fished the spots we were on, so can't really blame it on that. Just didn't get the bites. I think the fish are moving around or whatever, and I mean they're probably moving out a little bit at a time. I threw a 6XD tonight for a while too, and hoping that I was gonna hook up on some fish that maybe had moved out a little bit through that old nude, that brand new 6XD nude color. Now that KVD, man, that sucker sell ice to an Eskimo. If he pulls this one off, I mean, he got my ass. I mean, I'm the first one to say it. So it's an unpainted crankbait, and he's making them in all of his lines. And the kicker is they're charging $1 more. How does that make any sense? That is some hella marketing right there. Less work involved, less overhead, more cost, more price, more retail price. I mean, that's just some badass shit right there. I'm gonna crack me my last pearl light. I'm inside, so I can't smoke a stogie right now. It's too hot outside, so I ain't gonna jack with that. Since we were rocking Kyle's boat, there was no need for Gorilla Tape, Gorilla Glue, hose clamps. Any of my normal sponsors that keep me out there and running. I was rocking Shell diesel fuel in the old Big Red Demon tonight. 5.9 Cummins, only way to go. 19.7 without the boat, 17.9 with the boat, 5-speed. If you want to check it out, I'll give you a ride at any point in time. We can check that gas mileage out, and I'll go toe to toe right now. Until Prius starts making a half ton, probably 3/4 ton. I mean, I don't think I got anything to worry about for tow vehicles as far as gas mileage goes. So redneck boys, we need all the help we can get, and then some. Got my new starter in. It's right over there. I'm looking at it. Probably gonna get that sucker in this weekend. Get those red Stratus 97 Stratus 201 XL back on the water, ready to go. Next week I got a little short somewhere. It's either in my wiring on my boat or my wiring on my truck. I haven't had it happen yet again since last Thursday or 2 Thursdays ago, but hit the brakes, or actually turned the brights on, lost everything, lost all my lights. So hit the hazards on, they came back on, kicked the brights off, they stayed on, turned the brights back on, lost everything. I'm talking about every light in the truck. So not sure. I'm gonna jump in there and figure all that stuff out. Yeah, I kind of feel like old Matt Hudson tonight, man. It's just, a little bit bummed. You think you get on a little old run, you get that almost win last week. And, you switch up partners. That might have been a little some of it. Me and Mike fished pretty good last week. Pretty clean, Clean's when if you get a bite, you hook him and you get him in the boat, you don't lose any fish. Tonight we lost a fish. It wouldn't have mattered, obviously, but, different time, different place. You put that third keeper in the boat fairly early, that one would have been. You're in a whole different mindset. You're looking for 2 fish. Didn't take much to catch the check tonight. Weights were really, really tight. My hero only weighed 3. Didn't even really see him after weigh-in. I think he was probably a little disgusted. And I'm a little disgusted in him myself. I don't mind telling you. But, as he would say, it's fishing, you know. Actually, he'd say, "Come on, man, it ain't like that. It's fishing," and he's right. It's fishing. Anything can happen, anytime, anybody, any place. Um, but does seem like Phil and Thomas always catch five. I mean, now that this year for sure. Last year they kind of, I guess that makes sense. Then they kind of went a whole year, 10 months without catching a limit. But they're back on catching a limit now. Looks like they pretty much got that angler of the year wrapped up, unless they just, you know, have boat problem next week and can't get to the weigh-in, or I don't know. Who knows? I don't think the way Canyon's fishing and number of boats that are showing up, they got anything to worry about, if you know what I'm saying. Well, it's about 1:30. I got a nice buzz on. Um, I'll run over a couple more sponsors I want to thank. Help keep me out there on Thursday night tournament trail. Um, been thinking about it. Academy's been a big deal for me. I pretty much hit every academy in about a 300 or 400 mile radius on a regular basis, looking for anything that they mispriced. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can. The good thing about Academy is you can count on them boys in there and girls, probably the boys though, to not have their head in the game all the time, and you know, throw the Strike King Rage Tails up there for 98 cents. You know, just out of nowhere, just something stupid, and I'll be there. I'll be there when they make that mistake, and I'm gonna clean them out. Done it before. But I'm out there looking, man. Goodwill treated me right this week. I found a pair of Teva flip-flops. Look almost brand new, dude. Size 10. I mean, I wore them tonight. Boy, they fished well. I mean, they're gonna be a game changer in this short time. I really believe that. But I got some future podcasts coming. Going to introduce one of my friends, kind of a security guy for me. We call him Chinese Mustard. Uh, he'll be joining a podcast here pretty soon. Toto Scott, Semper Valens, I give him out a plug. Not sure what they do, but they must do it real damn well, if you know what I'm saying. Because Scott drives a badass truck, probably the baddest ass truck in this area, and he's got a nice house. I've been there. I don't know what, you know. At this point, I'd just like to be his gardener or his landscaper. You know what I'm saying? That's probably a pretty good gig. Beautiful wife, beautiful kids. But I told Scott I'd give him a little old Semper Valens love. Ross is there tonight. I didn't see Ross before we took off, but obviously he fished. His fishing partner was out there. I'm not sure how they did. Me and Kyle's two little old fish, 337, had us in there about 25th place. So I don't know if nobody caught them or if everybody is just at the point in that season where if you ain't got a decent limit, you're just like deuces. I think it might be the latter, because I had hell talking Kyle into weighing our two fish. But y'all know me, man, I don't rock that way. I'm going to pay my $40 to get in this thing and, you know, invest all the time I got into this shit. I'm going to weigh some fish. I don't give a damn if it's one. But I guess I'm going to sign out, man. And is that what I think that's how you do it, sign out or something like that. Not sure when I'll check back in. We'll get that starter on this week. Be rocking old Red Machine like next week. Probably solo. My this year's partner, Mike Atkins, he got another new job. That's 5 for those of you counting. Went back in the oil field. He's gonna be working dispatch again. So we'll see. Hopefully he'll be able to fish next week, and I will too. But I know I got a big golf tournament or match coming up on Tuesday, Horseshoe Bay. Holla. Good luck. little shout out for old Kyle Olsen, Monster Tackle. That's your go-to man right there. That kid likes tackle more than I do, pretty sure. Another little shout out to little old CB, Chandler Banks, for toting the rock for the Banks team. Um, Had a good night. Sounded like he caught some good fish. Carried his dad to his dad's inaugural check, I think. From what I heard, I think that's his first money. So now he's going to show up on that old all-time Angler of the Year list with some dollar bills next to his name. Old South Texas Elite Guide Service, Bradley Banks, son. That's your go-to for your Falcon crib, but right now he's booked up with some government workers. Little sweet deal right there, son. Old Bradley Banks he's kind of like Money Mayweather, baby. At Bradley Banks, he's talking about putting money in the banks, baby. That sucker's always churning dollars. But I just want to give y'all a little old shout out tonight. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Appreciate the following. I think you're supposed to like put subscribe or like and maybe make some comments or whatever the hell them guys say. You know, they got the Goon Squad. I'm gonna have to come up with something. Right now it's just me. We got old Chinese Mustard's gonna be getting in there though. Probably won't have a speaking part the first time, but I foresee maybe him having a speaking part down the road. Get a little shout out to Nichols Baits. Boom, right there. The little Nichols lures. Don't throw quantum, but it was on this vest. And I ain't taking it off. Over 10 pounds. And then we got Rapala. I do throw Rapala crankbait sometimes, so that's a legit. And then of course BASS patch, you gotta have that on there. It ain't legit at all. But peace out, tight lines, and we'll check back in with you later.